Well, how to start off the match review for a game like that? A game that was pure chaos. I mean, it felt like we were watching a Premier League game from about 20 years ago. The rain making the pitch wet, flying tackles, two red cards, and United leading by two, all in the first half. Let's get into it. We started the game extremely well with high pressing and chances off the bat, and just 5 minutes in, an amazing pass over the top set off Mbeumo past the Chelsea backline in a 1v1 with the keeper. And well, Sanchez got himself a red card with that tackle. But the main point is that we forced Sanchez to make that kind of mistake early on with our play, and it was definitely a deserved red card. After that, United were completely dominating, and just 7 minutes later, Bruno scored. A good team goal which now saw United up 1-0. And for the next 23 minutes, it was all United. There seemed to be this sense of urgency to get these goals, which we have really been missing in the past few games. Eventually, we got our reward for relentless play with a Casemiro goal. After this goal, though, I think United slowed down a bit when we should have kept going. And with 10 minutes added on at the end of the half, I guess Casemiro got a little bored and got himself a red card after a silly tackle which was a bit stupid on his part. And up until then, he had played a good game, to be honest. Well, now the second half, both teams down to 10 men, and you could say both teams now equal. So, what went down? Well, Chelsea definitely looked to get back into the game and started controlling possession easily. And United also looked to be sitting back. Joao Pedro, in particular, got a number of chances that could have possibly ended badly, but in the end, it didn't. An offside goal for Chelsea was obviously disallowed, and then in the 80th minute, Chelsea scored from, I guess you could call it a set piece, but not really. And man marking was not properly done by United, which led to Chalobah's header. There were a few chances here and there for United, like Fernandes' long shot and Ahmad's shot as well, but in the end, United didn't look as good in the second half but did manage to hold on defensively, which deserves its plaudits. We ended the game with an XG of 1.74 to Chelsea's 0.39, so I definitely think United deserved to win. On to the player ratings now.
Altay Bayindir. He kicked things off well with a goal kick that eventually led to Sanchez's red card, which changed everything early on. After that, he had a relatively quiet evening. Nothing huge to do in terms of shot stopping in the first half, some distribution, and generally kept composed under pressure when Chelsea came with us late. I'll give him a 6. Matheus De Ligt was exceptional in the defensive line. Didn't get flustered even when the game got stretched. He made some great interventions and showed fantastic composure bringing the ball out. He's my man of the match with an 8. Harry Maguire. He wasn't perfect, but he contributed well, especially early on. His aerial presence was useful, and he was involved in the build-up to Fernandes' goal. As the game wore on and after Casemiro was sent off, he had to do more. And while he wasn't always sharp, he held things together. He deserves a 6.5. Luke Shaw, one of our better performers, fulfilled both defensive and offensive duties well. Good in duels, solid in positioning, and crucially linked up well going forward. He looked confident and was one of our most stable elements as Chelsea increased pressure late on. He deserves a 7. Mazroui, probably United's standout fullback. His energy up and down the right flank was important, especially in the first half. Made some very intelligent forward runs, created space, delivered good progressive passes, also did well defensively to track back when Chelsea tried to exploit his side. He looked very composed and he got forward without leaving his defensive work undone. He deserves a 7.5. A Casemiro, mixed bag. On one hand, he delivered the goal to put us 2-0 up before halftime, show some of his strength and positioning. On the other hand, his second yellow before the break hurt us badly. Being down to 10 men early in the second half put a lot of burden on the others. His decision making there was questionable for someone of his experience. He was good until the red, but that dismissal overshadowed some of what he did. I would give him a 5.5. Bruno Fernandes, big moments. He scored his 100th goal for United, which is no small achievement, and came in a crucial match. His leadership showed, moving the ball, trying to influence the tempo. Sometimes he wasn't quite at his best, But overall, he made enough decisive contributions to tip the balance. His goal, plus the way he worked in those chaotic moments, made him indispensable tonight. He deserves an 8. Patrick Dorgu, very bright early on. He gave us wit and pace, especially in the first half when we had the momentum. Supplied an important pass for the opener, was high energy, tracked back reasonably, and offered an outlet down his side. As the match got more stretched and Chelsea pressed, he faded a bit, but his early work mattered. I would give him a 7. Bryan Mbeumo, decent performance, lively, direct, made things happen. The run and dribbling that forced Sanchez into the red card were crucial to set the tone. Offered threat through his finishing or end product wasn't as sharp as maybe hoped. Still, his work off the ball and making opponents uncomfortable were valuable. He deserves a 7. Amad Diallo had flashes, good movement, tried to stretch the defense, but also had periods where he got isolated or struggled against Chelsea's adjustments. In a match that got very intense and with changing numbers with red cards and reshuffles, it was very hard for him to impose himself throughout. I'd give him a 6. Benjamin Sesko. Sesko was lively, especially in the first half. Good aerial presence, contributing to that header, which led to Sanchez's red. His holder play was serviceable. Unfortunately, he was off the pitch after half time. And other than that, he had an okayish game. A 6.5. Now on to the substitutes. Manuel Ugarte, brought in to help with midfield stability after Casemiro's red, did decent covering work, helped with retaining possession and slowing down Chelsea's momentum a bit. Not especially flashy, but necessary and mostly steady. A 6. Matheus Cunha came on with the hope of giving more fresh legs, maybe more attacking threat. He got involved, but less impact than could have been expected. Didn't get the ball a lot in dangerous positions, so his influence was limited. I'd give him a 6. Leny Yoro, young defender, thrown in a difficult moment. His biggest challenge was dealing with crosses and set pieces under pressure. There was one crucial cross where he was perhaps a bit late or misjudged, leading to Chelsea's goal. Some of that is experience, some of that is situational. I would give him a 5.5. Mason Mount came on relatively late when the pressure was on. Not enough time or ball to really make a big impact. Most contribution was steady, trying to help control space in midfield or link-up play. I would give him a 5. Kobbie Mainoo only played for a few minutes, so hard to assess. Helped with fresh legs and closing down last moments, but not enough time to influence decisively.